channel's private parts. My real name's Grant. I'm going to show you how to make a trigger that opens a door. Now I can't get it to close the door, I'm not that great, but I can get it to open and then close automatically behind you. So on here, as you can see, the prefab of a hanger within my map. There in the Radiant program you can see that there is a trigger. So we look at the trigger. So we create a trigger. If I just quickly change the angles here. Okay, so basically you just create a brush over where you want the switch to be, if you like. And then you look at calling it, so you would right click it basically and then go to trigger, and then you want to trigger use. I've already done this and it's now a trigger use. Once you've done that, leave it highlighted and then you press the N key, and as you can see now that
Disconnected.
it will come up with automatically the class name trigger use, and then within the keys and values you would call it target name in the key, and in this case I've called it lift underscore trigger. Okay, so you can escape that. Next thing you want to do is you want to create the object that you want to move out of a brush. In this case I've corked it and then just textured it. And again, once you've satisfied that you've got your brush how you want it to look and all the rest of it, you then need to right click, go to script and then brush model, and then leaving it highlighted you then need to press the N key, and I've given it again, it will come up with class name script brush model, but again target name and lift. Okay, so that's for one half of the door. Because I've got two sliding doors here, there's another one next to it there, and that one I called lift 1. So anyway, so you do that, and that's it for Radiant. You save and compile that, and then what you need to do then, let me just minimize this, minimize this. What you need to do then is you need to create the script for it. So in this case we're going to go to raw maps MP, and I found this tut online, and luckily it had the source files and everything with it. I think it was from Mods Online. So here's the script, mp le tut. If we open that with Notepad, as you can see, this is what you need to write. So have a good look. So because we're doing it as a separate entity from the main GSE, we need to write these lines in. So we can put the main, open curly brackets, thread lift, closed curly brackets. I'll leave this on display for a while. So basically we're calling on lift, which is the first door, which is the first brush model, and then as you can see lift 1 is the second door, because I'm creating sliding doors, but you can take this line out and just have one door, just doing whatever it is you want it to do. You can get a door to rotate if you want to, depending on the axis you want to move it on. So this is the name of the actual trigger use, and we've assigned it to the name lift trigger. Okay, and then it's in like a while loop. So basically a while loop will do its round and then finish. So basically what I've done here is I've put the lift trigger in. I said wait until the trigger is activated. This shouldn't be in here. Let's get rid of that. Sorry about that, I was experimenting. So once the trigger is done, it says lift, move X. Now, wherever you put your door, this here is the distance that the door will move to. In this case, it will move. In my case, it will move backwards, and I want it to slide open across the horizontal way rather than vertical, like a lift or round. So the rotation for that is X in my case because of the way it's facing on the map. This is the speed it will go at. Do not mess about with these, they will muck up everything with the timing and everything like that. Okay, so then lift 1 is the same if you decide to do 2 doors, but with obviously the other door you'll have to minus it. When you go into map and you retest it, if you find your doors sliding into each other, you just need to change these to the opposites, these two here, so it could be, swap them over. I've added a play loop sound to get the door to make a sound while it's moving with the door. I'll show you the CSV in a minute on how to enter that sound in. So that's for both doors I've done there. Now I've asked it to wait 22 seconds because the sound I've used takes that long to cut out properly, because if you open the door too quickly before the sound has had a chance to catch up with the door, it sounds a bit awful and it cuts the sound right off, and then the sound starts again. So you might have to mess about with this a little bit and this one to get the sound to time in with the door properly. And again, I've then asked it to move back into position. So this is for it to both doors to open. These two are for the doors to close, and then we wait for 22 seconds for that to happen. And then once it stops, you stop the sound for both, and that's it done. And then that's it done. That's the scripting, and now I've tried to explain the best of how I can explain of how it all works. Okay, now if I go to my CSV file for my map, I'll show you where the door is. So here's the door sound here, and obviously this is a custom made sound for hangar doors which I found online. There's a nice website called sfx.co.uk where you can just log in and you can download sounds for free. And then I used Audacity to convert them from MP3 to .wav. And I found as well that if you reduce the sample rate below 20 using Goldwave, or if you can do it in Audacity, I don't know because I've not really used Audacity much, but I use Goldwave and Audacity as a combination of programs. I know certain people with Vista, they can hear the sounds, but they're like fast forward and really rapid, so I used Goldwave to resample the sound down to a lower hertz. But you just have to test with that. So here we are. The sound's located in the ambient elements folder, and all the rest of it, and that's the volume and the distance and everything sorted there. It's looping, but it will stop because the script has asked it to stop. So that's it for the CSV. I'll leave that up there for a little while so you can have a look. I can't get all the text in, I'm afraid, but that's the end of it there. Yeah, it goes on for quite a while, but this is normally in a bog standard CSV anyway. You can find all of this, and it basically just gives you new information and then gives you these are all the values. If you open it up in Excel and it will line it all up into their cells, and then you can see what values each one does. So that's it for the CSV, and obviously what you need to do then is, because it's a separate GSE called LE-tut here, you have to go into main GSE and obviously then refer to it in here like this. Okay, so that's calling on the GSE for the main GSE. Okay, so once you've done that and written that in, you've compiled your map, and then you call up the compiler tools, compile your map, done, build it, update, and in the update you see here, you put the location of where the GSE is here, and that's it. And then hopefully when you run your map, you'll have a working DAW with the sound to go with it. I hope this works for you as it did for me. Any questions, just post on Cod Utility or PM me, and I'll help as much as I can. But thanks for watching the tutorial, and this is Private Parts signing off.